at the beginning, I didn't expect at all that also permaculture and my own children will change my life completely. She was talking about her story. It was completely the same with me, because the story began with my own own children. It is now almost 20 years ago, when we made with my husband big decision that we move from the town and to the lonely place. It's not working again. To the lonely place in the mountains. It's in western part of Czech Republic. Do you see? Or I am standing in your view. Is it okay? Okay. And we bought 1 hectare, almost 1 hectare piece of land. And the motivation was when I was pregnant, my own children, because I really felt very strongly that I need for me, for myself and for them to play freely, to have a space where they can observe, explore, experiment, play, climb the trees, experience the different tastes of all different kinds of berries, smells, colors. So this was our motivation. Now it's in the map. This site is in the map of the Czech permaculture demonstration sites. We are still there. I have 2 daughters. My older daughter is nearly 20 and my younger one is 17 at the moment. So I can say I have kinds of experience from newborn child to almost 20 years with my own children. I will talk about my story later, and about my experiences with teachers, schools, local communities, because mainly my job now is not just permaculture designer, but my specialization is that I co-work mostly with schools, NGOs, individuals or different eco-centers. As a facilitator or helper if they want to change their environment. If it means school garden or completely the relationships or the way of working the whole organization or the school. So it's not just gardens. But at the beginning, I was just setting up my own property together with my family. So these are just some pictures how it looks like now. At the beginning it was just meadows with sheep, mostly used for pasture. And for 5-6 years I was there. Gathering a lot of kinds of very important experiences for me. And the second big decision and the second big step which changed my pathway was when my older daughter decided she wants to go to kindergarten. So we have the small kindergarten in the nearest village. And when I saw the garden, the school garden there, it was very, very sad because nothing was there, just lawn, cut it every 3 weeks, no flowers at all, nothing edible at all, no animals, no bushes, no trees, nothing like this, only several, I don't know the name in English, it's a very common tree, tuya. You know, mostly in cemeteries, but sometimes also in the schools. So several of these were there, that was all. So when I saw it and imagined that my own daughter will spend most of the day there in this kind of environment, I decided that I will go to the head teacher. And I suggested to her, I showed her some pictures from my own garden, and I suggested, what if we try to create something like this here in your school garden? What do you say? And she was open to it, but she told me, I don't definitely have any money for that. We don't have any money. And the soil here is terrible. The soil here is so bad, that's why we never tried to grow anything here. So these were the two challenges, and the third was that I didn't have any experience at all, just at my own garden. So I was without any money, without any experience. The soil was very, very bad, but I was very, very enthusiastic to show that and to try this kind of experiment. So what we decided to do is we inform local community. I went to local municipality, I wrote an article to local newspapers, we made the posters and put it everywhere in the village. I made the presentations for parents and local community about my garden, about different kinds of possibilities we have. At the beginning, on the first appointment at school, there came head teacher, 2 teachers from kindergarten, and 3 moms and me. So at the beginning we were a very, very small group, almost no one was interested, very, very few people, but it was completely enough because very quickly the message spread among the people. More and more people became to be interested. We decided that our first step will be to observe the resources we have around us. So children went to all different places every day and made some kind of research and looking, up the fences, who has the pile of leaves, who has the pile of stones or some woods, or who is doing gardening and maybe can have some kinds of seedlings or herbs or bushes or something like this we can use. Also what we did, that we did the public collection of organic material of all different kinds. So the local people knew that the school garden is open every week on Wednesday afternoon, and who has anything that he would like to give, he can come and give. We made a list of things we could need. So our strategy without any money was that we will observe the resources, and what we have, what we got, this will the steps of what we create. And the second was that we knew that the soil is very, very bad. We can't go underground. So our decision was that we will make raised beds and we can still grow up the ground. And very, very quickly, in 3 weeks, we had enough material that we can create these kinds of raised beds. We decided to do that as a workshop for parents and local community. And I was so surprised that more than 20 people came. So it was the interest was growing. And it was a very good experience because most of parents and people there, it was for the first time they heard about Nordic gardening, about the raised beds, about using the waste material to build the beds. And it was really motivation for many parents that they do the same with their children at home. So local community really started to be interested in these things and experimented with children because they saw it costs nothing, it's just from waste and we can do the cleaning of our environment. We can use everything, we will have the clean space and at the same time we can grow some things. And so the first step was this one. And all these organic matter we collected from these public collections, we put to the places we knew we would like to plant some shrubs or bushes or edible things in the future. So meanwhile, we improve the quality of the soil and still we will have some kind of harvest. We didn't have, we have one public happening a year, so it was several year process, a lot of observation and one happening a year. So each year we did one structure, just one structure. So it is very slowly process. It takes a lot of time. And first step was composting, collecting the organic matter and do the research of resources we have. So this was the beginnings of the nursery garden. And what happened, I didn't expect at all, because another kindergartens and schools in our region caught the message and they called me, they wanted the same. They wanted the same, it didn't cost any money. The local community was so interested, everyone is talking about that, that children love that, parents love that. Also leftovers, we did the workshop of making these beds from willows. And from the leftovers, the local community built the willow tunnels. Thank you. Built the willow tunnels on the public place in front of the block of flats. So spontaneously new things were happening. So other schools. Yes, I don't know. Yes, we always wanted to have a lot of happiness and joy, so it was not just working, it was a lot of fun, different kind of games, different kind of rituals. For example, when we planted the trees, we put it was on one picture, you are doing this. Oh, I'm confused.
Just tell me what you want.
But I want the previous one, you know. We did this, we have the papers and parents can write their wishes for the garden and then we put it to the trees and something like this. So it was always very nice. And other schools and kindergartens wanted the same. So I started to do more and more gardens like this. And what happened was that in 2015, I got an offer to become a part of a big international project called Children in Permaculture. So from my lonely place in the middle of the garden, I made the first step to the local community, and then I got an offer to go to the whole Europe and co-work with another people like me who had the same or similar experience. So this is the website, childreninpermaculture.com, where you can find all the resources we have made during the time with the community of 20 different people from 7 different European countries co-working together. First part of the project was funded. The story began in 2012 in Slovenia on permaculture teachers gathering, where the group of permaculture designers during the night around the fire had a thought, oh, we have these different kinds of courses for adults. We have introduction, we have PDC, which has some kind of structure, but we don't think how to involve our children. We don't have anything like this, we don't have any materials. What about children? How we involve our children? How can we share permaculture with children? So they decided to set up the group of people who were interested. And here is their vision, and here are the key objectives of the group. To develop and put into practice materials for sharing permaculture with children. We were organizing different kinds of events. We create a curriculum for parents, teachers from formal and informal environment that they can absolve and go through the training if they want to share permaculture with children. And we created the network. So here is a network. Nowadays, in this network are people from the whole world sharing their experiences, do the permaculture with children. And these are so inspirational stories from South America, from Africa, from Australia. Great stories. So it's really, really good to be the part of this network because you are in the middle of the group which is really, really inspirational. And now about materials, what is available for you, what we have. In the website you can download the resources in English, in Czech, in Slovenian, Romanian and Italian language. So these 5 languages are available at the moment. You can see the whole project was made by permaculture design. So the first step again was observing and do the research of resources which already exists. So not to develop something which is already existing. So we did the really good research for all the materials. It could be books, websites, films, or even session plans, or anything which is relevant. We went through it in all these languages. We rated how it is relevant. And we made the catalog of resources that you can use and you can find on the website. And the summary was that there is no described pedagogy designed for sharing permaculture with children. It means how we can do it, And there is no curriculum existed for children. And there are no resources or almost no resources on the topics of permaculture ethics, principles, design and social permaculture. On the other side, we find a lot of and many high quality materials on the topic of living nature, how to do gardening and this natural gardening, no digging, take care of the soil, composting and such a thing. So there's plenty of materials. So we focus on this which didn't exist and decide that we will develop and we will somehow fill this gap. The second thing was we tried to explore if there are already some people who are doing permaculture with children and we don't know about it. And we wanted to collect all the stories, all the obstacles, or the top tips or the highlights they have in their story, how to share permaculture with children. So we've collected 8 different case studies from different countries, very different kind of stories from formal and informal schools, from organic farm and also the permaculture parenting. And you can find all these stories at the same page, so you can go through it and get some kind of inspiration from different environment. We also have several short films about the project, about our trainings, but there are also some stories from the Gatehouse Primary School, which is in Scotland. During the project, we could spend 1 week in this school doing the training children in permaculture. It was amazing because this primary school integrated permaculture into their curriculum. So the whole school, all the teachers, the headmaster are working according to permaculture ethics, according to principles. They have the sessions outdoors involving children, and they work with it. It was very, very nice there in the gym. In the school, they have the gathering every week, the whole school. And on the wall, they had the huge tree, the painting of a tree without leaves. And at the beginning of the school year, in September, is the beginning of the school year there, the tree was without any leaves. And every Friday, the whole school gathered, and children can share their stories of permaculture ethics in practice. So if they experience the earth care during the week, if they experience the people care or fair share, they can tell the story, make a flower or a leaf and put it on the wall on that tree. So during the whole year, this tree was getting more and more flowers and more leaves. And at the end of the school year, it was a very big, nice festival and celebration. What they did, what they achieved during the whole year. So this is a small example how the whole school can integrate these kind of principles and ethics. And here is the short film when you can see their story, how they integrate it. It's the Scottish English. It's not so easy to understand, but I hope at the moment there are also subtitles available. And this is a very small example I wanted to point out. This is the screenshot from the film, and you can see the design which children made, and they incorporated the ethic principles into their design. If you see, this represents a human, this is the shape of a human being, a head, and this represents people care in their school environment. Here are the relaxing wild zones. They call it Peace Garden. It's the worldwide movement of peace gardens. You can join the net. And this represents earth care in their design. And this is the big fireplace where they can have the gatherings and talkings. And this represents or is symbolizing the fair share in their design. So these are very nice and inspirational examples also for me and for my own practice, because I did it spontaneously. I didn't work with ethics and principles and design and social permaculture. These are pictures from the Gatehouse Primary School. Next to each element in their garden, they have this blackboard for public. For parents and other members who doesn't know anything about permaculture. So they write here all the information, how it serves to people, how it serves to the earth, and how it care for the future and for the resources we have. So it was also some kind of teaching outside the school, not only inside for children, but they were trying to go outside. We develop trainings for educators, which are still available in different languages in different countries. Permaculture Association Britain also is doing online trainings in English. The bad thing is that you can't play such a games outside and outdoors, but the good thing is that people from the whole world can join. So usually and very often you can find there people from the whole world, which is another kind of benefit. So we are also doing these online courses. We have CIP Introduction, Children in Permaculture Practitioners course, and PDC for educators. These courses are mostly, as I'm doing it, they are mostly outdoors, full of activities, practical things that you can later on try with your own children in your own group. So these trainings are available. And the whole thing and such kind of summary of the whole project we put into this book. And the new things which are here is how to incorporate ethics and permaculture principles into educational day-by-day practice. The second thing is that you have here curriculum. This is just an example. We used PDC curriculum for adults, and then we adapted the sessions for children. Here you have for each bubble and for each age group of people, of children from 3 to 6, you have different kind of sessions and topics. From 6 to 12, you have different sessions and topics, and from 12 up, it's completely different again. And here you have it listed in more detailed. So each topic is very detailedly described in this book. And the third thing, which is here very important, is we called it Children in Permaculture Pedagogy. So how you share permaculture with children, how you do it. This is some kind of guidelines, let's say, but it helped me personally a lot if I'm thinking to do anything, not just with children, but also with adults. I'm always thinking that the principle of permaculture ethics are included. So is this session plan, or is this educational session, is earth care included, is people care included, is fair share included? So I always think in this frame, it's some kind of frame. This is the first step. The second step is, does it have natural flow? Is it flowing naturally? And as we were thinking, how nature does it? Because permaculture is observing the natural principles and processes, and then mirroring them in the things we people are doing. So how we can share permaculture with children to respect and follow this natural flow. And we inspire and put the 3 phases to the educational process, that each session should have some part of sowing, we called it sowing, then growing, and then harvesting at the end. So sowing is that at the beginning you need to motivate children, to catch their attention, to bring them to the topic through the game, through a fairy tale, through a question or discussion, or through some kind of experience. This is sowing. If they are already interested, then you can grow, then you can add different kind of activities to go deeper, to explore more the topic. And at the end, make sure that you have some kind of reward, some kind of harvest. It could be the new knowledge, the new relationships, the new connections, anything. But make sure that you have this kind of yield at the end of the session. And the third thing is holistic planning of your sessions, because mostly in the kindergarten it's not so bad. Children can play, they can be outdoors more, but for bigger children we are mainly focused in the head. They are sitting most of the time in the classroom, mostly gaining knowledge. It's just learning from the head. So permaculture way is that the whole body should be included. So we have these 4 symbols. First is for eyes. So make sure that during your session, observing, but not just eyes, all senses, so they can touch, they can smell, they can taste, they can use their ears, not and eyes, but the whole body somewhere is moving and is involved in the learning. Heart. So during your session, heart need to be included. So some kind of song or some kind of experience that touches your heart. This makes the children that they remember the thing, or they make the connection with the thing. Head, of course, some new information, some new learning is included, but at the same time, hands. So what you have learned, at the same time, you put into the practice. So you at the same time learn how you use it in your life, what to do with it, what is it good for. And these are the activities of the growing. So in this part, these kind of activities should be included. So this is some kind of guidelines for me when I'm preparing any activity, any project day, or any one-day session or 3-hour session, or the whole year project, that this is included. The last thing I would like to show you before we go outdoors is another kind of books we have and other kind of materials you can use. We prepared this kind of poster which you can download on the website also. It's a big format if you want to work with permaculture ethics. So you can put it somewhere, and every day with the children in the morning or in the afternoon you can go through it and observe what you have experienced together. So it's the best way if it's a long-term work with these principles. We designed 2 packs of cards you can use together with children, and you can do different kinds of plays with them and games. Here is the list of all the activities you can use it for. Maybe if we have enough time, we can try 1 or 2 with these cards. Cards are only in Czech language. Who is here Czech speaking? Okay, so I will tell you, because these books are only in Czech. Because when the international big project Donated Par ends, we decided that we will continue, but each of us of the group focus more on the national level, to adjust it to our Czech curriculum, to our Czech environment, incorporate it to our schools. So in the group of other designers, we wrote 2 more books, but they are available only in Czech language. The first is Observe and Interact, how to share permaculture with children. And what we tried to do is that here are the introduction, the theoretical introduction about the pedagogy and about these things. But the most important is that here are 6 session plans covering the whole permaculture curriculum during the whole school year, and you have here very detailed session plans with different kinds of activities and games you can use with the children. So you have here these kinds also of how you say it in English, worksheets or something like this. You can copy and download and you can work with it together with children. So this is mostly for teachers or people who work with a group of children. And this, the last one, is for parents. It's more for parents who have small children and would like to share permaculture. This is how we adapted permaculture principles for small children. We have the stories. We have the stories of fairy tale. We adapted the Holmgren's principles. And this is the book. This is the story of a family who has 12 children, because it's 12 principles, and the name of the family is the family of principles. In Czech it is rodina principálových. I don't know how to translate. It's hard to translate, but it's playing with the words. And each child has a specific kind of adventure, a specific talent. And so this is the book of 12 stories. And at the end of each story, you have the questions, you have some kind of tasks and worksheets that help you to integrate this permaculture into your day-by-day life. So this is the story of the family of principles. So these are materials which we have. I think this poster you can also download in English and use it for bigger children. So for small children is it with stories, and for bigger children we use different one. And maybe I will show you only several pictures. I won't tell you more stories. Or do you want to hear more stories? Maybe on Thursday. It will be an opportunity if you would like to hear more stories, because when the project, this donated part ended, which was in 2018, I started to develop my own materials and strategy, how to go with the whole school together with the teachers, with the parents, with the children, and go through the whole process of permaculture design and observe and plan and analyze and do the design and implement new things and maintain and gather feedback and tweak, and then again through the different kind of games. And each kindergarten and each story is unique. So it's great work, and it would be a pleasure for me if you feel inspired after the session, without any fear, even without any experiences, even without any money. You can go and try the same thing, because if I did it, it's sure that all of you can do the same. So you can see different stories. Here is this one is very good. This is Prague school, Montessori school, and this is the research available on YouTube, but again only in Czech language, because they did the whole process of design. It were bigger children. They were 14 to 15 years old, so it was different kind of work, and they recorded the whole process. So this is really very good research you can see from this school. This is from Ecocenter from České Budějovice, Cassiopeia, and the unique story of this Ecocenter is that it is in the middle of the town, in the block of flats, when it's nothing else, just concrete mainly, and the common mainstream thinking people who are not mostly interested and don't know anything about these things. And in the middle of this block of flats, these green green garden with full of diversity and different kind of things and experiences that children can build, as you have here in Adventure Playground, which is also amazing, with this kitchen, so people can also, it serves as educational space for local community and for local schools and kindergartens. So this is also very nice. And here you have some pictures from Adventure Playground, which we can also experience here. Oh, this is amazing. This is the school, how it should look like, you know. This is the real teaching, what we would like to experience for our children. Okay. So I would say this is enough of talking from my side at the moment. If you have any questions, you can ask now, and then we will go outside and do a little bit more of playing and games.